Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you all.
Hey, Portia, let's make sure that marketing is ready, okay?
Okay.
Remember, they're live streaming.
I keep on forgetting about that.
It's okay. Mr. Bell, did you say something? 3 minutes? Okay.
Okay. So hello, everyone. It's so good to see you.
I think he said 3 minutes.
Oh, okay. I thought he meant he was already live. It's been 3 minutes.
Oh, is that maybe? Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
Well, hello, everyone. It's so good to see so many of you all. I hope you all are well. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, it's to see you all, and I would just like to pass it over to Brooke for a roll call. And we just received the agenda, so that will be also in your email. So Brooke.
All right, hey everyone. Let's go ahead and do roll call. All right, Sasha requested an excused absence, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Simran Vadgama from Atkins. Sunita Agarwala from Bishop. Daniel Cancro from Bishop. Quentin Daniels from Carver. Abril Loaiza from Carver. Jacob Taylor from Early College. James Taylor from Early College. Oh, sorry. Was that Jacob?
Yeah, it is. I'm here.
Okay, awesome. James Taylor from Early College.
Present.
All right. Jahara from Glenn. Skylar Peddle from Glenn. Giselle from Kennedy.
Here.
Cameron Allen from Middle College.
Here.
Okay. Jayla Blair from North Forsyth. And both Celeste and Nasi also requested excused absences, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Daniel Reyes from Reagan. Let's see. Tamara Smith from Reynolds.
Here.
Addison Trusley from Reynolds.
Here.
Melody Jackson from Walkertown. Obed Salazar from Walkertown. Cade Brady from West Forsyth. Was that Cade talking? Okay. Xander Patton from West.
Here.
Okay. Portia Smith from Winston-Salem Prep.
Present.
And Almarie Williams from Winston-Salem Prep.
And Daniel just hopped on the call, so I just wanted to make sure you knew that.
Thank you. All right, roll call is finished.
All right, do we have a motion on the floor to approve the excused absences?
Motion to approve the excused absences.
And do we have a second?
I second.
Okay.
Who just seconded that?
Addison Trusley.
Okay, thank you.
That was Tamara.
For the roll call.
Brooke, I think that was Tamara who did the second.
Yeah, I second it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Addison Truzy,
Aye.
James Taylor,
Aye.
Tamara Smith from Reynolds,
Aye.
Giselle Guerrero from Kennedy,
Aye.
Cameron Allen,
Aye.
Brooke Lackey
Aye.
from Middle, Xander Patton from West,
Yeah.
Daniel Reyes,
Aye.
and Jacob Taylor,
Aye.
and myself. It looks like the ayes have it. Next item on the agenda is the approval of minutes, but because we had some mishaps, excuse me, we're going to have to return and dive right into general business. First, I would like to open up to committee meetings / reports. So is there anyone who would like to go first? I know the newsletter was just published today. So would anyone want to speak on behalf of their committees?
Yeah, I can speak for the newsletter.
Okay.
So, well, thank you for everyone who contributed articles. And I believe we got the photos, right? From,
Yes, that's correct. The
okay.
article is finished.
okay. Oh yeah, so we have that completed now.
Awesome. Anybody from the Government Relations Committee? Okay.
If nobody's going to speak up, we do need somebody to volunteer to give the report to council from the Government Affairs Committee. That will be May 11th.
Jamie, can you please provide the time?
Yes, May 11th at 4:30 p.m. And it is
And
virtual.
that's also, yes, that's also on the agenda. Just in case you missed it, May 11th at 4:30 virtual. Anyone else on behalf of the committees that would like to speak?
Portia, we do need to
An
make
update.
sure that we have some folks who are planning to present the annual report. We do need to go ahead and have you all to decide that and vote today. I think Portia's having a delay, you all, with
Thank
her
you
audio.
for letting me know that. I was actually going to ask you if that would be good to do.
Yeah, keeping your
Can you
camera
hear me better now? I'm not sure.
It's
Yeah.
a little bit better.
Okay.
Miss Wanda, are you talking about like our annual report that we do every year?
Yes, Brooke, the one where really you all don't speak for more than probably 5 minutes or so, and you just kind of summarize what you've done for the school year. And of course, this year you would touch on the virtual food drive and anything else that you'd want to emphasize. You share your newsletter and so on. It'll be pretty brief and it's virtual.
Did you say it was May 11th?
Jamie, can you share that date again?
Yes, it's May 11th at 4:30, Tuesday, May 11th.
Okay, and James, did you just say you were willing to do that?
No, I was trying to ask a question. I was going to ask if this will be like reported to the whole council, like, or just.
No, this is the General Government Committee.
Okay.
Good question, James. It's not to the whole council. It's to the City Council General Government Committee.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And I will also add that it isn't very intimidating as it may seem. I've actually done it in the past. If I'm not mistaken, Brooke has as well. And it's pretty straightforward. You'll be asked some questions just about your annual projects, some of the volunteer work, this year will be some of what was different, right? You know, being virtual, how that played out. Did it work really well? Giving some feedback so they know how effective we have been throughout the course of this year. And so definitely please let us know if you're interested. I guess you could put your name in the chat or unmute.
And it would be nice to have at least 2 people to volunteer. And usually it is led by general government and at least one other yacker. James, did you raise your hand?
Yes, I was going to say I'm interested. I'm not all the way sure if I have graduation on that day or the day after, but I am willing to help. And if I don't have graduation, I can do it.
James, you have graduation practice. I'm a junior marshal for you guys. So, yeah, because that's right. You're like graduating this year. So I think that day, but I think it's earlier in the day. So you should be fine to do it.
Okay.
Miss Wanda, can you please repeat the dates again?
May 11th, 4:30.
Okay.
It's a Tuesday.
Okay. So we have James as a possible candidate. Anyone else that may be interested? And again, I would be more than willing to walk you through the process. It's pretty straightforward, like I said. And so if there's any questions, I would be more than willing to hop on a Zoom call. And then Addison, thank you so much for volunteering.
So Portia, you just need a motion for to accept Addison and James. Do you all think you should have an alternate? James, are you sure that you'll be able to do it since Brooke cleared up when your graduation time will be or practice will be?
I think I will more than likely be able to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and put my hat in the ring.
All right, I think I'll be more than likely. Okay, now.
Okay, that sounds good. Do we have a motion on the floor to accept Addison and James to present to the council?
I motion for Addison and James to present at the council. Yeah.
And do we have a second?
I second it.
Okay. Was that
Addison Truzy?
I think it was Jacob Brooke.
Yeah, I think it was Jacob.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Addison Truzy? James Taylor?
Aye.
Tamara Smith?
Aye.
Cameron Allen?
Aye.
Brooke Lackey?
Aye.
Sander Patton?
Aye.
Daniel Reyes?
Aye.
Jacob Taylor?
Aye.
Giselle Guerrero?
Aye.
And my eye. It looks like the ayes have it. Thank you all so much for volunteering your time. And I will actually send a personal email to both of you just to walk through it. Okay, so next on our agenda, we should most definitely talk about the social media campaign for the virtual food drive in our annual project. I'm going to open it up to you all. If you all have any feedback on how it's been going, if any of you have been a part of the social media committee on this, anyone who has some ideas to really get donors involved or just overall general feedback.
I have a question. Was
Yes.
was this advertised like for this project on like the YAC social media pages as well, or was this just like for an individual person?
It was a mixture of both. Actually, the infographic was posted on the City of Winston-Salem's Facebook page, and it has been posted around individually and on Instagram as well on their official page. So yes, I'm not sure if you all have seen the email that Miss Jamie, and I'm pretty sure Miss Wanda was copied onto it concerning potential captions for those infographics, just to spread those around on social media. And if anyone has it been effective as far as connecting with donors?
And Portia, you do have Ms. Tanea on the call from Think Orange, and she may be able to chime in and share some of her thoughts and address some of the questions or concerns you all have about the virtual food drive.
Yes, I would definitely love that, Ms. Tanea. It's so good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Do you have any feedback as far as the social media process, or just some pointers as we're, halfway through this campaign?
Yeah, definitely. I think you guys are doing a great job so far, utilizing social media. I think definitely maybe targeting some of your peers to donate as well, and just have them take part in the food drive as well. I think that's a really good thing to do.
Thank you. I will also say, actually, I want to ask, was anyone able to get in contact with their PTA, head person per se at their schools? Or were you guys able to get into contact with your principals, maybe your school counselor, just to have some voicemail sent out or some emails?
I was
going to say
planning.
that. My bad. I was going to say that I personally tried to talk to some of the student council at my school just to spread the word, because they kind of are the leaders of the student body. So I just wanted them to be the beacons to tell everybody else and spread the word at my school.
Thank you, James.
I was planning on reaching out to my principal because he releases a Sunday newsletter every Sunday, and we could include it in there so that more students see that.
That's a great idea. And then also, if some of you don't already know, Miss Tiffany actually shared a document that's more of a working document that you can send to your principals, to school counselors, and it's just a rough draft of something that you can send out so you can be comfortable in asking for donations. As Brooke said, weekly newsletters from our school is a great way to really get your peers engaged. Obviously myself, right? But that's really great, Brooke.
I just had another idea. Since half of the students now are going back in person, why don't we start putting up flyers in schools if anybody's willing to do that? Because before, we didn't really realize how many people were going to be going back in school until they made that decision to let people go back April 19th. So I think promoting it with flyers and stuff would really catch some attention too.
That's a wonderful idea. How do you all feel about that?
Is anyone willing to make like a flyer or two? I mean, we could put up what we already have made from the marketing team, but we could also make another flyer as well.
And that's true, Brooke, but whatever flyer you all make, if you decide to do something else, we still need to review it before you put it up.
And do we have to vote on that too?
Yeah, ideally, James, it'd be ideal for you all to vote on that. And I don't know, in terms of time, that might be an issue for you all. Because can somebody remind me of when the virtual food drive is supposed to end?
May 7th, right?
Okay.
Yes, that's correct. So it will also be a concern of meeting with those who would be working on the poster, as far as like the social media committee goes, or just outreach committee. It would be trying to collect everyone. I know a lot of people who are not here today are seniors, and some that are also involved have exams next week. And so it's crunch time for us. So it would just be a matter of meeting again. But I think, Brooke, using what we already have and putting that around our schools would be really great. And there could be a few people that could do that each school. Or if you cannot put it around your school, at least giving it to like the school counselor or principal and just giving them a heads up about it. I think that would be a good idea. And so I just want to quickly say, as far as our total right now, we are at $1,071.25. Which is amazing. That actually skyrocketed overnight. I checked one day, it was like 500 something, and then the next it was 1,000. And so I just really want to say it's going pretty well, but we definitely have to stress the fact that we need to continue to reach out to organizations and and individuals. And thank you, Brooke, for letting us know about Addison. And so as far as that goes, I know that there's different clubs and committees at our school. And so I would just say, if you have a volunteer responsibility at your school, I would take that under your wing. It would just be a great way to do that, to spread the word and also give volunteer hours. Yes, I think I have it pulled up. Hopefully I can get it from here.
If I could add something, I've been trying to work on contacting local businesses, and I've noticed an issue with that is that a lot of these chains and franchises like Lowe's Foods, Harris Teeter, you have to go through the corporate level. So I feel like a good strategy for us would be to really focus on the locally small businesses and family-owned businesses, maybe possibly the ones in downtown, to possibly get donations. So I feel like that'd be a good strategy.
That's really great, Daniel. And I'm glad that you said that, because yes, at this point, it's very hard to get corporations involved. And I'm not sure of the current status with, my mind's drawing a blank, but with an attorney we worked with before, I'm not sure the current status with him, Daggett. I'm not sure if anyone was able to get a hold of him, but yes, corporations as of this point is pretty hard, but definitely small family-owned businesses, doing small penny campaigns is still possible at this point, as long as we can get in contact with them pretty soon, just so they can manage it well and we're able to manage it on our end as far as funding goes. But that's a really great point.
I was gonna say something about the Daggett Chiller situation.
Yes.
I was wondering if someone has like the contact information from the other year that the project was with them, because I've tried like multiple times through other like their contact information on the website, but I just don't get a response.
Need Aiden. He was like obsessed with David Daggett.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you said that, Brooke, because I was actually going to reach out to Aiden concerning the campaign, but he doesn't have Instagram anymore, so I'm not sure if anyone knows his personal email, or maybe we have it on file from last year, but I know he was closely in contact with him.
And Brooke and Portia and Cameron, that's something that we can look into, Jamie and I. We can look back through some old information from last year and try to reach out. And Brooke, I see that you said you have contact information for Aiden, so I think between all of us, we may be able to help that happen.
Awesome. Any other updates or questions concerning the drive? Maybe you're wondering how you can advertise it a bit better. Is there anything that we can do as a whole to really work together on this? We're at a really great point right now, but in order to reach our goal, we definitely have to work as a team. And so whatever works, we should try it. Or if you guys have any questions, and then on the website, we're seeing, some donors, we're seeing how much they're donating. It all adds up. So, just asking if anybody has a birthday coming up or, graduation, it's like, instead of giving me something as a gift, consider donating to the drives, doing it as an alternative. That's also another suggestion that could possibly get us closer to our goal.
I was going to do that because my birthday was March 14th and I was going to be like, guys, donate. But I have a suggestion that might help us a little bit with spreading the word. Why don't we create somebody can create a paragraph or something that we can send through text messages, and why don't we could make an agreement between all of us to send this little paragraph to at least 5 people we know to spread the word. We could say hey, are you a Winston-Salem Forsyth County student or parent who would be willing to donate to our food drive? We have a really ambitious goal and we really need some help meeting it. And then we could put the URL on there. And if we send that to if we all agree to send that to at least 5 people, then that'll be more people that knew than before.
Great idea, Brooke. And maybe you all could even glean some of that language from what you all have already written, because I know you work closely with Miss Tiffany on doing a lot of the language. And so maybe you could just excerpt some of that language and use that for a quick little thing through text messaging. That might be something you could do.
Do you all still have the link to the Google Docs that have all of those paragraphs and wording? Do you all still have that link?
Yes, I know I do, but I'm not sure if anyone else does.
Portia, would you mind to resend it to the group?
Yes, I can. And Brooke, that's the idea, seeing how that we already have a rough draft of stuff.
Ms. Tanea, did you have anything that you could suggest or add at this point for YAC?
I think the text messages are that's a really good idea, because I think they usually check their phones and they'll see that and they'll just be reminded that there's a food drive going on. So I think they're more likely to donate if they just have that.
Like, do you guys remember those messages that like your friends would send you and it'd be like, you're one of my top 10 best friends, and like it'd say to put your name on there or something? Like, that's what we could do, but like not in a weird way like that. I have a quick question about David Daggett. So I was reading the minutes from last meeting, which I sent it out to you guys so we can look at it anytime. But it said that David Daggett Schiller was sponsoring us, and you guys were just discussing how we couldn't get in contact with him, right? So like, so we're not being sponsored by them.
No, I was like, it meant that we wanted him as a sponsor.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Thank you, Tamara.
You're welcome.
Any other suggestions or ideas, questions, something to consider?
I was wondering about like the Instagram post by the city. Was that like promoted through the Instagram promotion? Like their way, like you can promote it and it'll show up on people's timelines?
That would be for either Jamie or Tanea, because I'm not familiar with anything with Instagram.
Okay.
Jamie, Tanea, can you address that at all?
I'm not as familiar with Instagram either.
Is it out there on Instagram already?
It is. So it's on Instagram, and we can buy ads from Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Like, those are all things that I know we can do as ads, so it'll be sponsored. Beyond that, I don't know details about how Instagram works.
Perhaps that's something that we should do, is buy some ads for you all, particularly given the tight timeline, because YAC does have a budget. So it's not a huge budget, but hopefully the ads wouldn't be too expensive anyway. And is that something you all would be interested in? YAC?
Didn't Sunita say that you could buy the ads for a period of up to 30 days though? Because like our food drive is shorter than that.
Yeah, it is short.
Oh yeah, you can go from like 1 day to like, I don't know how long you can go, but you can choose the amount of days.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
Okay,
different
that's
time
good.
periods that you can choose.
Say it again, James.
There's different time periods that you can choose for promotions.
Okay.
Would that be something we would need to talk to marketing about as far as looking into that, correct?
I think we should be able to handle that at our level. We should be able to handle that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Giselle, were you wanting to jump in?
Sorry, my sister is crying.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, I would like to help out.
Awesome. Portia, did you catch that?
Yes, I did. And so I actually just sent out the Google Doc, the running Google Doc with suggestions. Brooke, would you mind adding what you said onto the Google Doc? Just so I'll know about your suggestion as far as texting. I know we will have to vote on it, but after we vote, if it passes, could possibly do that.
And YAC, I would recommend you all share it with your clubs. If you play sports, whatever you're involved in, share it with different organizations. If you're in Boy Scouts, Eagle Scouts, Girl Scouts, whatever, all of the different organizations, please make sure you're spreading the word about that. You'd be surprised. And so right now we are actively seeking not only corporate sponsors like departments and organizations and businesses, but you'd be surprised at people who may just want to do it in memory of someone, or they may just want to do it as a family. or something of that effect. So just make sure that you're spreading the word as much as possible, because this is your project. And so I know you want it to be successful. So you've got to really pump it up on your social media accounts and get your siblings and your friends to do the same thing, because every little bit helps. It doesn't have to be hundreds or thousands of dollars. I mean, every little bit will help. And we're working internally also, just so you know, Jamie and I are working internally, trying to get different city departments to sponsor this as well with some financial donations.
I actually have a question concerning donors. Something actually just came to mind. Does anyone know if Hands On Northwest North Carolina does donations to such projects? I actually received an email from them the other day concerning like an advocacy class, but I'm not sure if they make donations.
I don't know, Portia. I don't know if Jamie knows or Tanea, but I don't know anything about them doing donations per se.
I can reach out to them and see if they would maybe share the link to their partners, but I don't think they normally would. You know.
I thought so. I just wanted to double check, but that would definitely be great to just spread it to their partners, if that's possible.
And Xander is asking a really great question. Xander, actually, I have spoken with Second Harvest and let him know personally that you all are doing this. And he said, just let him know what they can do to assist. And so, yes, is that you're just asking that we share the link with him, Xander? What did you have in mind?
Oh, no, I just couldn't find it online. Asking for.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
I just took that and went all the way from A to Z, but at least my juice is flowing a little bit there, because perhaps we could even ask Second Harvest, to help share your link, since it is to their benefit. It's for them.
Right.
What do y'all think about that?
That's a good idea. I did a project a while ago involving the Second Harvest Food Bank, so I can reach out to the contact that I have there, and I'm sure she'll be willing to help out.
That would be awesome, Brooke. Awesome. What do y'all think?
I think that's really great to get them more involved, and just because they also have so many partners as well, and they may, have that. Well, they do have experience in this field, and so it'd be great to strengthen that partnership. Anyone else though?
I think we're good, Portia.
Okay.
Item.
And also, thank you, James, for hearing us as well. And so if we're done speaking about the logistics and the outreach of the drive, let's go ahead and move on to our other parts of our agenda, which are the YGA grants and the state grant, both at $500. And so I'm actually going to turn this over to Ms. Jamie and Ms. Wanda to speak about, just so we can get an idea of what we can do with our funds. I know when we worked on it, as far as writing the grants, the monetary donations that we received is supposed to go towards advertisements. And so I just want to pass that over to Ms. Wanda, Ms. Jamie, so they can touch on that.
And Portia, you're right. It was for advertising, which is why I said you all do have a budget for placing ads on social media and elsewhere. And so this is the time to do that. Jamie, did you want to add anything else to that? Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything to add. I know we need to just get them submitted and started.
ASAP. Yes. So that will be the order of business if that is what you all would like to do. And I know you already talked about that when the grants were being applied for. So that is what we will move forward with. We'll go ahead and get those ads on immediately.
Is there any questions about that or anything else anyone wants to add before we move on? And so we'll know about this as soon as they're posted. And I'm just, honestly, I know I'm very excited. I'm sure you all are to see the ads and to have more people involved. So yes, I bet I can speak on behalf of everyone that we are very excited about the ads.
We'll make that a priority this week, Portia. I'll work with Jamie on making sure that we can make that a priority.
Okay, and would you all need any other help from the social media committee, outreach, or anyone else?
Well, I think what we'll do is just make sure that we are in touch with you should we see the need for that. Would that be right, Jamie? And Tanea, again, feel free to chime in because we'd like to work with you all too and Think Orange and making sure that we get this out to as many places as we can, as fast as we can.
Yeah, I think in the past, you all had suggested if we could do Snapchat ads. So we will find out about that. I don't know if the city has gotten into that yet, but I do know that we can do Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and maybe even YouTube. But so
Jamie, is that something you can check into sometime?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Once we have them sent out, I'll let you all know so you can kind of try to keep an eye out, see if you see them, and that way we know that people are seeing it.
Tanea, are we missing anything?
I don't think so. I think you've covered a lot of things as far as trying to get the word out. So I think there's a good plan here.
Okay.
Do you have any pointers as far as getting the ads out? Would you give any suggestions about what going about Snapchat be a good idea? Just from your experience with, working with Ms. Tiffany, the Think Orange campaign, is there anything that you would advise us of?
I don't have much experience with like Snapchat ads or Instagram ads, but I know in the past for like advertisement, we used like we made like a filter on Snapchat. So maybe that's something you can look into too.
That's actually a really great idea. Did anyone have anything to say to that as far as like doing a filter as opposed to an ad or a way of advertisement?
Do you all use the filters on Snapchat? And I mean, is that something that, if it's not something that would interest you all, then there's no reason to even look into it?
I feel like a filter would be kind of hard to use because filters are like, unless you make it everywhere, they're in little like areas. Like we don't have a specific area to use the filter.
That does make sense. I can see where you're coming from as far as that. That would probably be more work, trying to spread it out and be like, hey, try this filter, and maybe just be a bit more but it's a great way to spread the word. Any other suggestions, ideas, questions concerning the grants? If not, I'm super excited for our next item, the State Youth Council Spring Convention debrief. Was anyone able to go to the State Youth Council Spring Convention?
I was able to go.
Awesome. How did it turn out?
It was pretty interesting. So at first we had a bingo game with the whole state of North Carolina. And I think the prize was a $50 Amazon card. And after that, it was basically a award ceremony, but they gave out awards.
That sounds like was really successful. For it to be online and just to have a really great experience. Many of you guys know that we did a convention last year that was towards the winter months. I believe that was in January or February when we did something similar, but to know that it's online and it was still fun is pretty awesome. Did anyone else go?
I went as well, and yeah, just basically the same thing as James. It was an interesting event, and it was just interesting participate and interact with the whole state.
Do you guys feel like you were able to connect with other youth representatives really well? Now that it was online as opposed to being in person, was it harder to connect or was it just as easy?
I feel like there was a challenge with connecting, but I feel like the main goal was to really understand the perspective of each youth council. And I got from it that we're all just trying to help our communities. So I think in that regard, it was excellently executed.
That's great. That's really great to know that, you guys were able to take away some perspectives of other youth councils. And then also, I'm sure it's going to be beneficial to apply it not only this year, but next year, knowing that hopefully you all will be in person and not so much online, and just having that flexibility to know that, online is an option. So that's awesome. Did anyone have anything else to add before we move on to staff reminders? If not, we can go ahead and move forward to the newsletter review. I know we spoke a little bit about it, but would anyone like to share if you wrote for the newsletter and how that went?
Portia, we're going to share the newsletter on screen.
Oh, yay.
There you go. And so this has not been published just yet, but we want to make sure that everyone has had the opportunity to proofread their articles. And if someone wants to just feel free to, if you're really good at proofreading and editing, feel free to proofread the whole thing. And if no one has any revisions or corrections, then we will go ahead and make this public by putting it on the YAC website and also having it ready by hard copy.
I just want to confirm that we have a lot of seniors, but we did not miss any, did we?
Do we have any other seniors on the call that did not post on the senior shout out or spotlight, excuse me?
That's a huge group. That's sad.
I don't think we've missed anyone. I'm trying to go over in my head. Do we have Tamara on there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Portia, you can't see the screen?
No, I couldn't see the bottom of it at first because the way it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And as far as revisions, does anyone see anything that we may need to update? I know that we want to go ahead and get it published and as soon as possible. So if you see anything that you feel like needs to be updated on your article or your senior spotlight, Celeste actually shared the link to do an edit. So I would say, go ahead and correct it as soon as possible.
Hopefully these images I added will work. I know it's really difficult to have, we don't have many in-person pictures to add, which we normally would. But I tried to put some stuff in there so it wasn't just all text.
It looks really great. I'm not sure if anyone has anything to add to that, but it does look really nice.
Did I hear earlier someone mentioned they had submitted pictures for the newsletter, or was that about something else?
Oh, I was asking. Oh, that's why I was asking if photos were submitted, but I see we got them.
Okay.
All right, so on to the annual report to City Council. We now have two people who will be actually reporting to the City Council, and that is Addison and James. And, it will not be in person. It will be May 11th on that Tuesday, the second Tuesday of May at 4:30 p.m. I would just try to log on before. Like I said, Addison and James, I will meet with you all before then. I'll send out an email after this meeting just to walk you through it, what it will look like and what it will entail. But if there's any questions before then or anything that I could do to help, just let me know. And then Brooke asked a really important question concerning the annual report.
I saw that. Brooke asked if there should be a presentation. Brooke, in all honesty, I don't know that you'll have enough time to do one. They really like to keep the updates brief. And if you do one, I would not suggest more than a few slides, maybe like 4 or 5 slides. If you want to do that, if you want to have a visual, I'll leave it up to you all to decide, but it really will be brief. But it's appropriate if you'd like to, but if you don't, that's okay too, because there's going to be a full report that they will receive ahead of time.
If not, as far as the presentation, maybe we could do the new newsletter. I'm not sure. Oh, okay. Brooke and I had the same idea. Yes, I think the newsletter one may just be simple, just to send out. They usually get our newsletters anyway, so.
That's right.
So any other questions concerning that before we look at our very last items?
Oh, Brooke, you may want to go ahead and circle back. Jacob is going to have to leave the call. And so while you all can, I recommend that you go ahead and vote on the minutes.
Sure. Should I share my screen?
Sure, Brooke.
Okay, give me one.
That'll be great.
While you're pulling that up, next week I will be in the office for any of the seniors to come get their senior cords. So what, if you could put in the chat what a good time of the day and day of the week is best, I'll try to gather a consensus with that. And I'll email to you what day and time I'll be there.
Yeah, I sent out the February minutes. I did not mean to do that. I'm just gonna pull up the Google Doc of the new minutes on my computer. Do you want me to just send it to you guys afterwards so you guys can take a look at it?
I think that'll be great. I think it'll be fine.
But you all will need to go ahead and vote on it, though. That's the thing.
Right.
Unless you just delay voting on the minutes until the May meeting.
Yeah, this is not it. Let me know if there's any changes I need to make.
Okay. I have a question concerning the approval of minutes. Will we need to also approve the minutes of the meeting prior?
What'd you say, Portia?
So it says on the document you're showing, it says approval of minutes.
Oh yeah, I didn't have any.
We weren't able to vote on that or anything. So will we need to delay that till the next meeting, or would you all like to meet or to vote on that today, if that makes sense?
So
this would be the approval of the minutes for February 23rd. So
the February minutes weren't voted on last month.
Right, because we didn't have a quorum.
Yeah. So if you guys want to go ahead and do that, I can just type it in here.
What you would do, Brooke, instead is in that little section that's blank, you would say no quorum was present to approve the minutes. That's what you'd have. And then this month, you could vote on the past 2 months meeting minutes. You could do February and March.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna change this. There we go. I have no idea when the meeting adjourned, so I just put at.
Does anyone remember? Actually, I can go back and look at the YouTube page to confirm that.
Okay. That'd be great.
Yes, I'll write myself a reminder and do that once we get off the call. Or maybe I can pull it up now. Does anyone see any corrections that need to be made other than the ones that Brooke are adding right now?
James made a note of a correction in chat.
What's the correction?
When we were talking about the minutes, I think you put forum instead of quorum.
What'd you say?
On the approval of minutes, you said a forum. And I think it's supposed to be quorum.
Oh, okay. With the Q?
Yes, with the Q.
Is that how you spell it?
Yes, that's it, Brooke.
Okay, awesome.
Let me see if I can pull up the last meeting.
For the longest time, I always thought we said forum, But it's quorum? Okay. It's
okay.
fine.
And Brooke, I know further up, you mentioned the Yak Attack food drive. We need to be consistent if we're going to if we're going to be formal about the official name being Yak Attack food drive, then food and drive, the F and D need to be capitalized up higher.
Right.
Roll back up. Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Perfect. So Portia, are you going to share with me later when the meeting adjourned?
Yes, I'm trying to see it now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. If we find it now, that'd be great. Because again, you all can go ahead and vote on it. Brooke, just going back up where it says upcoming events, the SYC Spring Convention, April 10th. We want to put a year because these are official meeting minutes. So you have April 10th, 2021, and you want to write out at, and then you want to put AM after 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Brooke, you said the meeting ended at started at 4:04? Is that what you got down? 4:03.
When did it actually start?
Yes, you have the correct time, 4:03 p.m. And then.
Y'all, can I be honest? I guessed on this. I had no time, so I was like, I'm just gonna guess, which is probably not a good idea, but I'm glad that's right.
It looks like it's pretty accurate. Excuse me.
Brooke, add the year after the start of our Yak Attack food drive.
Okay.
April 12th, yeah.
So we adjourned at 5:12.
5:12? Thank you.
Yes.
Thanks, Portia.
Yes, no problem. Any other updates on the minutes that you all see before we vote on them? If not, do we have a motion on the floor to approve the March 23rd minutes?
Motion to approve the March 23rd minutes.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Who seconded that?
Cameron.
Thank you.
I think that was Jacob.
Oh, okay. I saw two people unmuting at once. Okay, Tamara Smith.
Aye.
Cameron Allen.
Aye.
Brooke Lackey.
Aye.
Sandra Patton.
Aye.
Daniel Reyes.
Aye.
Giselle Guerrero.
Aye.
Jacob Taylor.
Aye.
James Taylor.
Aye.
And Portia Smith. Aye. Are we also voting on the minutes from February? Okay, it looks like the ayes have it. So Brooke, would you mind sharing the February minutes as well?
Sure.
Thank you.
Here we go.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone see any corrections that need to be made? And then also, I see in the chat that we did not vote on the approval of the newsletter, so we will need to do that. Thank you, Ms. Wanda. Do we have a motion on the floor to approve the February 23rd minutes?
I motion to approve the February 23rd minutes.
And do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Tamara Smith,
Aye.
Cameron Allen,
Aye.
Brooke Lackey,
Aye. Quick question. Who seconded that?
James.
Thank you.
Xander Patton,
Aye.
Daniel Reyes,
Aye.
Giselle Guerrero,
Aye.
Jacob Taylor,
Aye.
James Taylor,
Aye.
and myself, aye. It looks like the ayes have it. And now we have one last thing that we need to vote on. It was brought to my attention that we did not vote on the newsletter. So do we have a motion on the floor to approve the newsletter?
Motion to approve the newsletter.
And excuse me, Jacob, can you make a motion to approve the newsletter with any necessary corrections? Because we're going to do a final edit before we publish.
Motion to approve the newsletter with any, I missed it. Say it one more time.
Motion to approve the newsletter with any final necessary edits.
Motion to approve the newsletter with any final edits.
Yes, thank you. Do we have a second?
I second.
Awesome. Tamara Smith,
Aye.
Cameron Allen,
Aye.
Brooke Lackey,
Aye.
Xander Patton,
Aye.
Daniel Reyes,
Aye.
Giselle Guerrero,
Aye.
Jacob Taylor,
Aye.
James Taylor,
Aye.
and myself, aye. It looks like the ayes have it. Thank you all for voting on those and reviewing. Before we adjourn, I would like to point out that our next meeting will be May 25th at 4 p.m. So make sure that you write that down. That's actually our last meeting for the Youth Advisory Council this year. So definitely want to spread the word to the other council members if you have contact with them. It would just be nice to see everyone for our last meeting of the year. And then as always, remember to check your emails. And if you have any questions, comments, or ideas concerning the food drive, definitely reach out, and we will need to consider, really working together on this more so. Definitely spreading the word to staff members at your school, your local baseball team, your basketball team, any sports, any clubs, any family-owned businesses, local businesses, definitely want to spread the word. And then also, we do need to vote on one other thing before we leave, actually two, and that is the idea of having posters in the schools and also the text that we will be sending out. And so do we have a motion on the floor to approve the text for the food drive?
And Portia, those can be combined.
Okay, so do we have a motion on the floor to approve any further advertisements for the food drive?
Our motion to approve any further advertisements for the food drive.
And do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Tamara Smith.
Aye.
Cameron Allen.
Aye.
Brooke Lackey.
Aye. I'm sorry, I've asked this like 3 different times. Who seconded that? Thank you.
James.
Xander Patton.
Aye.
Daniel Reyes.
Aye.
Giselle Guerrero.
Aye.
Jacob Taylor.
Aye.
James Taylor.
Aye.
Myself, aye. It looks like the ayes have it. As far as getting the posters and stuff, I will also send out an email to those of you who said you were interested, and probably just the overall council, just to spread the word that that is now what we're doing. We are going to be putting posters around the school since a lot of us are going back to school. And also Brooke's idea of sending out chain text to 5 or more people concerning the food drive. And I'm not sure if I'm missing any other updates. So is there any other updates that I may have missed for the weeks to come? All right, if there's nothing else, if there's any other comments, questions, or concerns, you guys know my email, and definitely make sure to tell the other members of the council that we are trying to post posters, do text, and just continue to spread the word about, especially about our last meeting. I would like to see everyone there. Okay, so is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
I motion to adjourn this meeting.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Tamara Smith.
Aye.
Cameron Allen.
Aye.
Brooke Lackey.
Aye.
Xander Patton.
Aye.
Daniel Reyes.
Aye.
Jacob Taylor.
Aye.
Giselle Guerrero.
Aye.
And James Taylor.
Aye.
And myself. It looks like the ayes have it. It was so nice seeing you all. Again, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or ideas, feel free to reach out, and make sure to keep a track on your email for potential donors or any upcoming YAC emails.